Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Oh, man. Listen to me trying to sound nice, like I'm up to something. That sounded even shady to me. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Do I always sound nicer the closer we get to Christmas? I think I do. Um, Oh man, I could be so sweet when it's close to Christmas, right? Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome one and all. I haven't sounded this sweet and polite since my birthday. Let me see how if I can turn it up a little bit. Never mind, because I'm gonna make myself laugh. Welcome to Welcome to Royal Sussex. Welcome one and all. Yeah, that's my friendliest voice. Um okay. All right. Thank you so much. Lydia is sharing the link to the official Royal Sussex wish list. Uh oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, okay, there it is. I almost put you in timeout, Lydia. Okay, that's what I meant to do right there. Pin it to the top of the chat. Okay. Um, See there, I'm so busy trying to be sweet, I can't even see the little button there. Um, okay. Oh, I need to get my slides up. There we go. Let me grab my slides. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Thank you so much for your patience. Um, Joan Garcia, how are you? Bunny Rose, Lorna Williams. By the way, somebody sent okay, I saw the name and then I just forgot again, but somebody sent some rum cake. Does rum cake make you a little tipsy? I mean, as soon as you bite into it, you can taste the rum. Good Lord, are those things delicious. So, whoever sent me the rum cake and the paring knives that I wanted, I have the name. I still have the slip of paper. I have the name, but thank you so much for that. I mean to tell you, the rum cake is so good. It's like a stick of butter in every bite. Yeah, and it's rich. It's rich. Oh my goodness, is it rich? And normally I don't eat rum cake, but I just I saw like some. Oh, I tell you what, I know what it was. A friend of mine had ordered one from a specialty bakery, right? A very like popular bakery, and I'm like, well, that seemed like a lot of trouble. I'll just, I'll put it on the wish list and see what happens. And oh my goodness, it was so good. They're the little mini cakes. They're the little mini bunt cakes, and I mean they're so rich. You you won't want anything else to eat for hours, even the rest of the day. That's how rich they are. Oh my goodness! But it was so good. So thank you for the rum cake. Okay, so I just made this little. Really, Winsome Jones says, yes, Baron, it will make you drunk. I mean, I could taste the rum straight away. I could taste the rum straight away. And I'm just like, maybe this is not a good idea. I know the first one, I took a couple of bites, and I think the first one had a little more uh, kick to it, right? And I don't know if that was just the power of suggestion or was it rum, but I could taste the rum and I was just like, okay, I'm not going to eat this right now. I actually covered it up and kind of nibbled on it all day. But it was amazing. So, okay. Well, I guess I shouldn't stand near an open fire. Oh man, that was delicious. I'm just like, I'm not uh I'm not used to rum cake, but when someone told me how good theirs was, I'm like, I want one. Okay, but thank you all for being here. And Mary H was here first. Greatly appreciate it. Hey Anastasia. Anastasia, is that a new profile picture I see there? Oh wow, nice. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Let's continue here. Hey Rohini. Uh-oh. Let's see. What is that? Squatty sent Baron black cake. Well, one of them was like a butter cake, and then the one of them was chocolate. So yeah, but it was good. It was good. When I took that first bite, I'm like, wonder if this is a bad idea. Oh man. Okay, so let's get on with it, shall we? So Monarchy in monochrome. What are William and Kate saying in their family Christmas card? Well, I made a little short video about this very subject. There was a great article from the Guardian, and I made a short video out of it. So some of you all may have seen it already, and some maybe not. But it was fun making it. That's for sure. Let me see here. And also, you all, thank you so much because you know that I sometimes food truck video shame you all. And if you've been watching Royal Sussex for a while, you understand the reference food truck shaming. The food truck video or food truck shaming has to do with one of my um, short videos that I made, one of my little edited videos, and nobody watched it. There were less than 4,000 views on that video. And I was livid. I was livid. Every day I talk about that food truck video over and over and over again. And then some of y'all say, I watched it, Baron. I watched it, Baron. I couldn't tell. And I was so proud of the editing. And I was just so disappointed that nobody watched it. But I have to tell you all, let me see. I'm going to say the average for those edited videos has got to be around 6,000 views. No complaints. Most of them exceed 6,000. I'm just scrolling through the last 25 that I posted. And the most was, what was that, 12,000? 13,000. And the very least was around 4,000, but that's okay. We could live with that. We could live with that. So thank you everyone who has watched those little short edited videos that I have posted. And thank you for the few people that have actually said in the comments, thank you. I love the shorter videos. I love the shorter format. Thank you so much for that. Okay. Oh, and then there's one more thing that I wanted to say. I made a big mistake. Okay. So, you know how I was sitting up there boasting about how you could block certain words so that the derangers and such, they won't be able to say certain things? Well, one of the things, one word that I blocked, I didn't intend to block it. So if you made some comments and you're wondering how come you haven't seen them yet, that's because I used, like, I won't even say what word, but one of the words that I blocked, I'm so embarrassed by it. And I kept looking. I'm just like, what? And so I had to go and look at the words that I blocked from the channel. And I'm like, oh, why in the world did I block that one? So it was like a flood of videos that, I'm not videos, but comments that did not make it to the comment section. And that's because I chose the wrong word or name. Uh, Ah, how embarrassing, right? How embarrassing. But anyway, I fixed it and we shouldn't have that problem anymore. So I'm going to go through those comments that didn't make it and I'm trying to put them back where they belong. So I do apologize for that. But, I was trying to rid us of, oh, I didn't put the troll spray on, did I? I know I didn't. Hold on. I didn't put the troll spray on. I got to tell you, I'm a little out of sorts today because I have a pinched nerve like in my neck and shoulder, and I've had some cortisone shots for it before, and I could do for one, soon. And when I was getting the shot last time, they went all the way across my shoulder and right up to my hairline with cortisone. And when the doctor was doing the injections, he was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah," but he was concerned because I didn't flinch or anything like that. But I was so happy to have that relief. I didn't care. Yeah, it hurts. I can feel everything you're doing, but um, it hurts worse when you wake up and you can't turn your head left or right. So I would rather have the cortisone. So I think I'm overdue for it because I have been struggling today um, with that nerve pain in my neck and shoulder. So um, well, that's like Betty Davis says, getting old ain't for sissies. Of course, she didn't mean it in the way they use sissy nowadays, but that's what Betty Davis says. Getting older ain't for sissies. Yeah, I don't do the chiropractors. There's been a few people who have had the chiropractor and they've done all that twitching and stuff, and then they end up worse off. Yeah, so I've done the chiropractor before. I'd rather have my cortisone shots. The shots work. I'd rather have a cortisone. It's one and done. But thank you for the suggestion. But yeah, I don't trust chiropractors anymore. I saw that one person who had, the chiropractor really like what was that they say when they pop your neck? I was like, yeah, I'm done with chiropractors. One and done. I'll take the shot. Alex, I'll take the shot for 100. But yeah, it hurts like heck. And there's nothing for pain that does anything for it. The only thing that works for me is the cortisone. Um, and the good thing is, at least I know it works, right? What's that? And gain 10 pounds. Oh, is that what happened to me? Well, that explains it all. Yeah, that explains it all. I guess me and Oprah had that. Let's see. That picture looks like the 1985 Sears portrait. Oh, well, were you here yesterday? I think we covered that. I think we covered that yesterday, comparing that to the Sears catalog. Let me see. Where is it? Uh, Here we go. Yeah, this is the slides from yesterday. You can count on Sears. And of course, uh, there we go. And I even put the logo for the Sears Portrait Studio. Oh, okay. And let me say this. We are not coming for the kids, okay? We're going to talk about this, but nobody come for the kids because that's not who we are. The Rangers, they don't mind bashing people's children, but we here in the Sussex squad, we are not capable of that. We don't subscribe to it. We just don't do it. So nobody come for the kids. However, there has been like a backlash to these to this image that I found rather interesting. So take a look here. Now, that one on the right side, that is the Cambridge's 2017. The one on the right side, that is the Wells's, the Wells, the Prince and Princess of Wales and family, 2023. Okay. So on the right side, that was pre Meghan. They had only just announced the engagement prior to that, and you know what? You know what? I'm going to be very fair. That is a nice suit that Kate has on. I can't believe that she has something on that looks actually decent. It looks actually decent. It's not a coat dress. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the fact that it's not one of those ridiculous coat dresses that but yeah, it is a very handsome suit. Um but other than that, why does it look like William's face is the exact same face from 2017? Why is that? I've only just noticed that. You see how his head is tilted? Why is that the exact same face from 2017? Now, Kate has her 2023 wig, and that is her 2017 wig. But why is William's face absent? Hey, somebody beat me to it. Kate is wearing her wig in the other picture. I just noticed that. That is the exact same crap eating grin. Huh. Okay, never mind. I didn't mean to go off on that one. I just happened to notice it, but I'm sure that there's nothing odd about that. The picture on the right, Stepford Wife. On the left, Zare's Ventures. Come on, Yellow Rose Tea. Zare's and Ventures. I haven't heard those names in a while. Zare's and Ventures. Those were discount stores, if you've never heard of them. They were in competition with um, Kmart. Kmart didn't have so many Walmarts back then, but Kmart. Yeah, come on, Zare's Ventures. You took me all the way back with that one. William's smile is photoshopped. Oh, that is possible. Yeah, and I'm not sure that I'm buying the thing about little Louis's hands being odd. I don't know. I mean, his fingers are kind of split between the side and the top of the arm of the chair, so hands are kind of iffy, if you know what I mean. Back in the classic days in the Renaissance paintings and such, hands were always the most difficult thing to paint. I don't know why, but painting hands were always considered very difficult. So I'm not sure I'm buying that one. Like I said, we're not going to bash anybody's cheering here, but I mean, not that it's, I mean, it's okay to mention it because that is topical, but I just want to make sure that we're being very careful and nothing like the derangers who don't mind denying the existence of the Sussex children. At least we're not doing that. But Yeah, I mean, there's that possibility, but I'm gonna have to look at it again. I'm gonna have to look at it again. I'm gonna wait and look at another picture up close uh, later. Uh, okay. So, Royal Christmas cards showcase Kate's new undone glamour look. In jeans, the Princess of Wales shows that Meghan is not the only one who can nail California cool, but she has a new rival in the fashion stakes, Princess Charlotte. Okay. Again, I'm going to do my best to ignore anything about those kids' appearances or whatever. I'll say this about this headline, though, and that is, as per usual, they have to make it about Meghan. Meghan and Harry. It's got to be about the Sussexes. That's the only way that you can get eyes on something to do with those people. Otherwise, it's dull and duller. Um, no one's interested, and no one in particular cares. One thing I will say is that the whole thing is so grossly out of touch. It is so grossly out of touch. Um, Timothy Carton, is it Garton Ash? I returned to England and apparently is still 1895. I returned to England and apparently is still 1895. At first, I didn't really get the reference. And then I started looking at the very Gothic, yeah, almost like Victorian Gothic appearance of the children with the candles and the whole ritual of being at the Westminster Abbey. And I kind of get it now. It does harken back to a bygone era, especially with the royal children. I am always bothered by the way they showcase these children, the way that they put these children on display. It just gives me a weird, queasy feeling in my stomach. Not because it's their kids, but because it's any kids. To see that they are being performative like this, rather than just a family outing. And this, of course, is exactly what the Cambridges said that they were not going to do. But well, the Cambridges are doing it, and now that they have had an upgrade in their titles, they're still doing it, and they got to keep doing it. So, as a way to try to create a human face for the newly minted Princess of Wales. I guess she's not so new now, it's been over a year. But as a way to try to humanize the Princess of Wales, they have to put the kids on display every Christmas. And I, for one, am a bit disturbed by it. But yeah, it does look like a bygone era. And then this gesture, I wasn't going to talk about this at all. And I certainly did have something to say about it, but I said, no, they're just kids. Leave it alone. But the act itself is rather tiresome. It's a performance. One of the cards, the one that George is holding, you can clearly see it says Tony. I saw a close up image of it. And so it doesn't appear to have an address on it. They're just throwing it in that box that was put in place for the occasion. Um, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's a pantomime. It's a performance, and it involves the children. And what we're not seeing is a bank of cameras, big floodlights. I mean, this is almost like a theatrical um, image here. Big floodlights. That does not happen to other people's children. Uh, Even with the reality shows, you have that voyeuristic mood of cameras and producers and people organizing your movements and such. So this is like a real turnoff for me. It's a real turnoff. And the idea that this is going to help other children celebrate Christmas, I don't think that's the case. This is a way to actively embed the images of the royal family on the hearts and minds of a whole nother generation of people. So, more so than they're helping people, they're promoting the brand royal family. Rosalind says, Baron, they have to use the kids because they don't create any interest when it is them alone. The children garnish interest and excitement. Yeah, and I don't even know how much excitement it is. I don't know how many kids come out because they know George and Charlotte is going to be there. That will happen, with puberty. As their hormones are racing, there'll be a whole generation of people of teenagers or whatever. Yeah, teenagers that will feel that connection. Like they did with Harry and his brother. So they will have their fans soon. But right now, I don't like to think that there's that other people's children are out there wondering if George and Charlotte is okay. I mean, if anything, the people that the kids that would be asking that question, someone needs to make sure they're okay. So yeah, I don't like that. I really, really don't like this. I don't like the performance. I don't like the idea that they're trying to create a fan base for children. This is, I mean, you hear about um, kids in Hollywood. You hear the stories of Brooke Shields and um, Michael Jackson, even Britney Spears. Any of those Disney kids, children with a fan base always makes me uncomfortable. And right here, it seems as though they're trying to cultivate a fan base for their children. I mean, it's okay for older adults to ask about the kids and stuff like that, but to create a fan base amongst other children, I don't like that. I don't like that. That is strange to me. It just feels weird. And maybe I'm wrong to feel that way. That's just how I feel about it, though. Thank you for your comment. To be fair, it is an Anglican church service, and it's Christmas season, and holding candles is usual in the Anglican and Episcopal Church. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with that part of it. As I've been to an Anglican church before um, for Christmas, so I get that part of it, but it just has a weird vibe to me. Just like the kids being on the balcony on display, uh, that photo with the queen where she's wearing that green outfit. They were on display, and it was like a gloomy day. No one was smiling. It looked like the Adams family, you know, vacation or something. So that part of it just creeps me out. That creeps me out because having been to Buckingham Palace for Troop in the Color, you don't see the wall of cameras that are aimed at them. Just like here, you don't see the cameras that are aimed at them, but there is all those clicks and flashes and everything. That is not natural. That is not natural. That is not natural. That is weird. So I guess I'm looking at it from with a different lens, if you will. Yeah, I'm looking at it with a different lens in that instead of just looking at them, I'm looking at all of this light. Even if it was just the street lights, it wouldn't be that bright. And where those lights are, there are a bunch of cameras there. And I don't like that part of it. Okay. Now, there was a comment right there. It says, I find this distasteful. So I did my best to cover up everybody's information. So I hope that was successful. But this gentleman who kind of looks like Santa Claus says, I find this distasteful. And then someone comments, I don't like picking on children. Obviously, not their idea, but the entitled adults who thought this was a good look just show just how out of touch they are. And he says, I agree. I feel for those kids. They are being used. That's what I mean. I don't like this. And patronizing. Yes, absolutely. Then he goes on to say in this very small print, let's see here, just like when the master during Victorian times made a gesture by giving small gifts to peasants at Christmas time. You see what I mean? That's where the Victorian thing comes in, because during the Victorian age, you had this huge disparity between the rich and the poor. Uh, yes, and so very no this day and age, and so very no in this day and age. Then another person says their parents are trying to make them more aware, which is a start, I suppose, but it falls so woefully short. It's pathetic. Okay, making them more aware by putting them in front of 50, 100 cameras with floodlights. That's how you make them more aware, instead of discreetly taking them down to the nearest uh, post office box or postal box. Instead, you parade the children in front of cameras at the entrance of Westminster Abbey, where there really is not a mailbox there, but they put the mailbox there, and artificial snow. That is artificial snow. They put the mailbox in artificial snow so that the kids can do this performance by posting letters that do not even have addresses on them. Of course, that's a good thing that they don't have an address, because if there was an address, everybody would know it because of the way they're holding the envelope. So I'm not criticizing that, but I'm saying no address to point out the fact that this is all performative. So, yeah. Okay. So, to continue with that, you are so much kinder than I am. Uh, Keep it up. uh, Let me see what, because they had the audacity to post some letters. So, I mean, there seems like there's a couple of people trying to defend. Yes, I find it disturbing. And the last one is good. Okay. So that was just a little sample of what a conversation on Twitter looks like. Let's see, what are they setting themselves up for? Is rebellion in the future. They will soon tire of being put on show. It's going to backfire on them in the future. Rosalind Gatewood, let me say this. Harry and his brother, they were not royal kids with the internet. The internet, social, okay, they were not royal children with social media. They were not royal children with social media. So at some point, these kids, especially during play with other kids, they're going to have access to social media. They are going to hear some over caffeinated, chubby baby boomer with nerve pain in his neck and shoulders dragging their mother. They're going to stumble across that on social media someday. God help them. And that will probably turn out to be one of the nicer people on social media, as opposed to some people who are just vicious. But the problem is, what about when the comments are hurtful to them? I remember when Amy Carter was in the White House and people were very nasty toward Amy Carter, and of course to the Clinton girl. What's her name? They were very nasty toward her, and then I don't even need to tell you how awful they were to the Obama kids. And I don't remember the Bush kids, but I'm just going to assume that they kind of have gone through it as well. So, but kids that are in the public, they suffer like that. And let us not forget our little sweet, darling angel children, Prince Archie and Prince Lily. Not only have people denied their existence, but it's too painful to think about the things that have been said about them. It's too painful to think about. And here you have someone deliberately putting these kids on display, mailing or pretending to mail letters in front of the media. I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't like it. Desiree Dodson says, we all know that if Harry and Meghan were there, that would be different. She would have created something for the community as what she has, just like the woman in the kitchen project. Yes, thank you very much, Desiree Dodson. That is so true. And Sarah Turner, you said, good evening, all. And Baron, wishing all good health and love, stocking and holiday hot pot, a Christmas candy is, let me see, it's a hot mess. Love stocking and holiday hot pot. What is that? Are you cooking something? Are you cooking something? That it's I mean, unless I'm looking at that wrong, but anyway, thank you so much for your comments, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex, and happy holiday to you as well. I'm not hot. What am I saying? Pot spot. Stocking and hot spot. Sorry about that. Maybe okay. There's just only a couple of little bites of that rum cake left, but I'm going to leave it alone, I think. I'm going to leave it alone. But thank you so much for your comment. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. So let's see. Yes, Terry H. They did go there. They did go there. I remember that. I was trying not to say it, but they went there. And I kind of remember that Amy Carter suffered the same. Yeah. Yeah, Vinny Blair. There is something that's always been, but they didn't always have the internet. They didn't always have the social media. And so, a lot of those things that people would say would be a conversation in a home. And also, sometimes when they're out doing those walkabouts, you'll be amazed at what people say and what people can hear. People say some really nasty, awful things. I remember the first time that um, I learned that while Meghan, do you guys remember when Meghan met Dorothy? Remember Dorothy? Um, I had that video some time ago. Anyway, someone during that little walkabout had told her, "Oh, you really need to call your father. Why don't you call your father?" And okay, I'll show you just a little bit of it.
How are you, ma'am?
How are you,
Very
dear?
nice to meet you. What's your name?
Dorothy Parker.
Dorothy Parker. What a pleasure to meet you. My goodness, are you warm enough out here?
I am.
Oh, good.
She's been here since 9:15.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you. Are you from here? Were you born and raised here?
Do you live here?
I live in Hoylake, which is about 6 miles away.
That's not too far.
No,
And what do you have planned for the rest of the day today?
just thinking about the honour
Oh.
of meeting you.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
That is the kindest thing. Thank you. It's a real honor to meet you as well. Oh, thank you. You're so kind. Thank you so much. Well, Happy New Year. And thank you.
Now, when I think maybe Megan said that on the docu-series, but I was devastated because I all I could think of was what a wonderful outing this was and how great she looked and how nice the crowd was and everything, only to find out that someone had mentioned to her about calling her father. And that is because of the media. That is because of Kensington Palace. That is because of all of the things that was used to try to drive her away from um, the UK, drive her away from her husband, or to take her out of this world. That was the bullies at the tabloid media doing the most. The fact that everybody knows who Thomas Markle is, that's awful. I bet you most people do not know that Kate Middleton's father's name is Michael, but everybody knows Thomas Markle. I have never heard Michael Middleton's voice. Thomas Markle, you can't shut him up. You cannot shut him up. He just talks and talks and talks and talks. Even a stroke couldn't shut him up. So, yeah, that always bothered me when that happened. So, the point that I'm trying to make is that there won't be so much control when they have those kids out and about, and trust and believe that those kids will overhear conversations about them, about their parents, about anybody, and people don't look at you as a human being. They look at them like a commodity. So that is part of what comes with the public life. And what's worse for them is that it's no longer limited to the walkabouts or their classmates. It is on the social media. They will see themselves featured in videos on the YouTube or on the TikTok, especially when they, yeah, again, when they're teenagers. That's going to happen a lot. Was George a teenager already? Is he what, 12, 13 now? Is he 13? No, he's not 13. I think he's 12, right? Well, when they're teenagers, they are really going to go through it because, again, um, Harry and his brother did not uh, go through social media. They are going to go through social media. They're going to have their fake profiles on the social media. They won't even have to depend on their phones to do it or their computers. There will be other people. They will visit with friends. They will be exposed to the world. And I don't think that it's going to be an easy thing for them because right now they're being commoditized rather. And I remember so long ago when Johnny Depp, excuse me, Johnny Depp was on the Oprah Winfrey show, and he spoke about being this, 16 magazine, whatever that magazine is, um, being the teen idol and how difficult it was because he felt as though he was a commodity and not a person. And he was only saying what I've heard other people say and probably what I haven't heard people in that similar position say. So I feel sad because we're looking at the early um, days of what's coming for them. It makes me kind of sad for them. And of course, I'm even more so concerned for Archie and Lily because they're not going to be protected by an invisible contract. There won't be an invisible contract for them. So the other thing is that it reminds me of Joan Crawford, the very Joan Crawford Christmas. We saw a glimpse of the Joan Crawford Christmas in the movie Mommy Dearest, right? With Faye Dunaway and the two adopted children, when actually there was four children, but the twins that she's holding, they were not featured in the film for legal reasons. But we know how they were depicted in the movie. And Joan Crawford, the disciplinarian that she was, the neat freak, OCD, whatever you want to call it, she had her way of doing things. And their Christmas or any holiday was an opportunity for publicity. It was a chance to put them on display. It was a chance for her to use them to benefit her career. Or, in other words, just like with the uh, William and Kate, to help bring to help humanize their character. Yeah, to help humanize them. So that's exactly what happened with the Crawford kids. So that's what it reminds me of. And time will tell. Time will tell. Cold War Steve made this. This is, I guess it depicts this out of touch, wealthy family that are just like everybody else, except they have a fleet of Range Rovers. They have 2 helicopters, 6 homes, and the use of private jets. But other than that, they're just like any other family. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I was going to show you the video that I made earlier. Let me go ahead and do that. It's only like, I think it's 4 minutes long, not even 4 minutes. I'll do that, and then I'll talk to you on the other side. Monarchy and monochrome. What are William and Kate saying in their family Christmas card? Unbuttoned white shirts all round as the Prince and Princess of Wales and children cosplay casual California cool. On the Prince and Princess of Wales's Christmas card, the family is shot in black and white against a mottled gray background of a material that looks almost furry, like the belly of a mole. They are dressed casually, each in an open-necked white shirt with jeans, and it can't help but seem like a nod to the kind of card Harry and Meghan would send. Indeed, they did matching denim 2 years ago, though both the setting and the body language were much more relaxed. In the Wales family picture, released on Sunday, William is smiling like you owe him money. Kate looks quite showbiz and sassy, like she might have a shot at her own show if she could just sort out a more believable ensemble. George, self-possessed, does not smile while Louis has unwilling participant at the orthodontist energy. Charlotte, however, has smile enough for the whole lot of them. It sure as hell doesn't look festive, with the banker E rather ominous monochrome. The insistent visual reference point is the Addams family, and the mood music is, "These are dark times we're living through, but not to worry, we are extremely rich." Fair play, given the time of year. Maybe they think Happy Christmas is already implied, without the need for color or twinkles, but if not season's greetings, they're definitely trying to say something. Nobody wears a uniform without a purpose. A white shirt and jeans is very on trend, described by our fashion editor Jess Cartner-Morley as a friendly, open smile of an outfit. You are not trying to upstage or to impress. You are just being yourself. The look has been called undone glamour and California cool, and insofar as we can relate either of those phrases to a real-life meaning, it's emphatically not what the Waleses are all about. Their habitual look on Famille is much more Little Piper Boy for the kids and William, with a side order of understated newsreader glamour for Kate. This is not the prince and princess being themselves. This is them cosplaying some other family being theirselves, a family that prefers its top button undone and its hair fresh from the beach. California cool rejects formality, but there is no ease in its place, rather a studied, corporatized perfection. It must be quite stressful for its participants, the visual language of the Americanized en famille. Here we are in our civvies. Take us as you find us, warts and all, except, praise be, we don't have any warts. And there is one California couple, all too eager to show their warts of late, that this can't help but seem like a reference to. What new front this Christmas vibe-snatching opens up in the war between the brothers and their wives is anyone's guess. Don't you just love the ending of the Royal Sussex videos? Wait. Here, wait, let me do that again. Ah, love that. Thank you very much. But that's actually the article from the Guardian. So, cheers to the brilliant writing. Let's see. Lizette Zog says the saddest part of all is that Meghan haters and bullies are mostly older bitty betties and nasty Nancys who are spewing their poison on social media day in and day out. Thank you so much for that. You get a bell for that. Very, very well put. Although I'm going to substitute some profanity for, a few of those things like Bitter Betty and Nasty Nancy's. I'm going to substitute, in my head, I'm going to substitute a few, words other than those, but the spirit of the message remains. Thank you very much. And Deb89 says, I don't get the thought behind mailing letters. What kid mails letters these days? Oh, that's a good point. if they really wanted to teach service to kids, they would donate toys to Scotty's Little Soldiers, Harry's charity. Now, you know what? You're going to get a bell too. That is brilliant. Um, I have to say, though, I do believe that one of the children that I saw Harry speaking to the family on a Zoom call, I think one of those kids were at that hospital opening with Kitty. I really do believe that same kid was there. So I don't know if anybody picked up on that, but I certainly saw it. Um, I certainly saw it. I think one of those kids were from a video of Harry with the Scotty's Little Soldiers. So, isn't that interesting? Oh, wait a minute. No, no, no. I'm sorry. It wasn't Scotty's Little Soldiers. It was Well Child. It was one of the Well Child kids. I'm sorry. Not Scotty's Little Soldier, Well Child. But yeah, I think Kate was speaking to one of those Well Child kids. Let's see. Oh, thank you for your comment, by the way. 1960 says, "Hi, Baron. His beautiful Sussex family. Are those letters the kids mailed supposed to be letters to Santa?" No, I saw one of the letters said Tony. It said Tony, so they're not Dear Santa letters, but they're trying to. Well, I'm sure that away from the cameras, there actually are letters that were written by the children or with the assistance of someone by the children to go out to other kids, like I guess adopt a child kind of thing or a pen pal, whatever. But I think that's how it's supposed to work. But don't quote me on that. Let me see. Let me see. Is that beggar Uncle Gary standing next to? Next to Rose. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But you know what? See, Lisette, you know what you've just done, don't you? You just triggered something in my head. I wonder if Uncle Gary had dropped anything on his way into the Westminster Abbey. Do you think so? Do you think maybe he dropped anything on the way? And I will leave it there. But it looks like maybe he dropped something on the way inside of Westminster Abbey. And even if he didn't, maybe the by force of habit, he'll probably discreetly excuse himself and go out there and investigate everything outside of Westminster Abbey. I'm so bad. Okay, let me move on. Let me move on. I'm so bad. Okay. But if you haven't noticed yet, that is Rose with a peg in her hand standing behind the bushes right there. That is Rose. And oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. I was going to say, where's William? Where's William? But William is in this photo. I thought maybe Rose and William were talking. Okay, no. But okay, I'm now I get it. The other photo here is cropped, but someone turned the Cold War Steve into a Christmas card. That's what happened. All right. All right. So, and there is the Sussex Christmas card from 2 years ago where they were rocking those denim jeans. Harry, the first and only royal prince of the realm that I have ever seen wearing torn jeans. I don't think I've ever seen any of the guys in the family, certainly not Charles III. I've never seen Charles in jeans, let alone torn jeans. And what about no, none of them. Nobody. Although that would be fun to see Charles wearing some ripped jeans, wouldn't it? That would be a lot of fun. The only thing that would be more fun than Charles in ripped jeans, Camilla in ripped jeans. I think Camilla would actually do it though. And of course, this is the photo from last year Christmas. Now, one of the squatties posted this on the interweb, and I've never seen the side by side before, but I certainly do recall that over the summer, Copycat was trying to rock the messy bun. She didn't have enough courage to really do a messy bun. So it's kind of like an in between. It's like a hybrid of the messy bun, but she doesn't have the tassel of hair framing her face. But of course, you can see here, Meghan Markle broke royal protocol yet again with her bun. And then when it was Kate Middleton's elegant bun is a departure from her signature beauty style. First curtain bangs, and now a low bun. Princess of Wales is beautifully updated her look. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. I don't have anything else to add to that. Hardest working royal of 2023. Princess Anne tops the list with more than 450 engagements, with the king also increasing his time spent at public events. So it almost escaped my notice, but I think this character is from Futurama. And I saw a side by side of the Princess Royale next to this character from the Futurama. And if you don't believe that there's a resemblance, right? That's that is our Afro Annie, and that is the character from Futurama. Do you see it? I do. Uh-huh. There and there. The lipstick, even the lipstick, it screams Afro Annie. Now, check it out side by side. Tell me you don't see it. Tell me you don't see it. I see it. That is Princess Anne all day long. If I was her, I'd sue. I think she has a case. There is a case to be made for the gratuitous use of her image by a cartoon. Oh, Marge Simpson? No, I think it's Futurama. That's where I think the cartoon is called Futurama. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was called Futurama. Yes, Shadow's mom, it is a striking resemblance. Yeah, as her hair is turning, she's really growing into that look, I think. So there again is the numbers of engagements worked in 2023. Princess Anne at the top, Charles is next, followed by the Duke of Edinburgh. You know, I guess Edwina must really keep a low profile. I don't know what engagements, but there's no coverage of it, so there's no surprise that you don't see any of it. Well, Deborah Henderson, you can see right there. I don't know if you noticed this, but Anne has her afro pick in her left hand, and she's kind of pushing her edges down with her right hand. But that's an afro pick. It's kind of hard to see it on that photo, but that is her afro pick. So Graham Smith from Republic, he wrote a book, a very detailed anti-monarchy book. Here's what Graham Smith said about the hard work I'm sorry, the hardworking royals in Abolish the Monarchy. That is the name of the book. Of attendance, which adds up to about 6 weeks full time work, Kate reportedly had 90 engagements, the full time equivalent of little more than 2 weeks for the whole year. Even if you are impressed with the hours the royals put in, what they do with those hours never amount to work as much of us would recognize it. The OED defines work as actively involving mental or physical effort done in order to achieve a purpose or result. Normally, in terms of paid professional work, it comes with obligations, responsibilities, deadlines, not to mention accountability, with the possibility of being sacked or made redundant. The royals, in this sense, don't work per se, they attend, they turn up at events others have organized. Oof. How about that? How about that, Graham Smith? And then over here, I love that photo of them. That is my, oh, aren't they so out of touch photo? Let me see. Anyway, it says hard work is something done by teachers, nurses, police officers, even MPs. It's the low paid shop staff who had to preserve through pandemic lockdowns, would work hard. People in call centers, builders, careers. For most of us, we do this hard work alongside many other obligations, such as paying rent or a mortgage, getting the kids to school, or looking after elderly relatives. We do this without the help of without the help of an army of servants. The royals' claim to hard work is a lie. It it should be offensive to those who do put in long hours for a tiny fraction of the multi-million pound funding we give the royal family. For most days of most weeks of most months of the year, the royals pursue their own interests and pastimes. They do not work hard. Perhaps it does better if they work. Perhaps it doesn't matter if they work hard or not. Perhaps you believe that's important is not what the royals do, but that they are there. But the enthusiasm with which monarchists claim they toil away in the service of the nation suggests we need to believe the royals do something useful beyond being royal. We want to believe there's a life of service and sacrifice on behalf of the nation, but it isn't. It is a life of leisure and luxury, or a life of leisure and luxury. And that is from the book Abolish the Monarchy by Graham Smith. There you can see the page right there. And that's the content of the page. Nice work if you can get it, right? Nice work if you can get it. And of course, there was one person who commented that is, about how hard the royals work in exchange for the love and affection of a nation.
I just don't get it. I don't get any of it.
What do you mean? You don't get what?
I don't get why we're so obsessed with these humans that are exactly the same. Like, it could be us four sitting there. I just don't get it.
But are you talking about what you mean as royals or as, like, Kim Kardashian? Because for me, they're becoming celebrities.
Well, to me, that's all they
I
are.
love the Queen.
They're celebrities.
For me is brilliant.
I
For
love the
what?
Queen.
No,
For duty, responsibility,
She's always
figurehead.
worked really hard,
But
hasn't
I would
she?
work hard if the whole country paid for me to have like 12 houses and work really hard.
They don't pay for all of the houses. But
Just a few.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get any of it. Well, I would work hard too if the whole country gave me like 12 houses. Yeah, I'd work hard too. Oh man, do they really believe that themselves? Is that just for self-preservation that those ladies are like ganging up on Stacey Solomon and droning on about how hard the royal family works? I'm telling you, nobody has ever said it better than her. I'd work hard too if the whole country paid me. So there has been a contemporary depiction of the Prince and Princess of Wales. At the time, they were the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. But one thing's for sure, they were lazy then and they're lazy now. That short lived cartoon that was only on for one season on HBO, I think it was. Was it called Prince George? Anyway, that cartoon um, depicted William and Kate in the light that they live in today: lazy, useless. And of course, over the years, even let's see, back in 2017, is Prince William too lazy to work? And then here in 2019, Camilla Parker Bowles, a lazy woman like Kate Middleton, avoids work, sources claim. And over here, yikes, Kate Middleton called lazy by the Queen, nicknames her Duchess of Doolittle. Kate Middleton lazy ways rubbing off on Prince William. Duke refuses to whatever it is. And then, of course, Kate Middleton called lazy by Queen Elizabeth II. Life and style. Okay. That was me right there, lazy Katie. And then, of course, the unbearable lightness of Kate Middleton. We all know about Kate Middleton. Revolves around clothes, nightclubs, weddings, toffish country pursuits, and expensive holidays. Is there anything behind the expectant smile other than an empty life? Wow, that stings. Will and Kate are looking forward to starting fresh in 2022. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 1, Kate a Keening, 2, lazy Cambridges, 3, homes are empty, 4, nannies overworking, 5, press briefings. I wrote that myself. I wrote that myself last year, I think it was. I wrote that. On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 1, Kate a Keening, 2, lazy Cambridges, 3, homes are empty, 4, nannies overworking, 5, press briefings. uh, a shot of Botox and some hair gel and some wig extensions and some calls from my parents' creditors. One Pippa pipping. One uncle snorting. Yeah, one uncle snorting, one Pippa pipping. Oh, okay. Forget I said that. Especially the part about the uncle. Let me see. If my mom forced me to marry an angry human egg, I would refuse to work too. I know that's right. Let me see. Crazy photo of the Cambridges. Jeans and white shirts are very American and not at all English. They need to be authentic and retain their identities. I agree. Yeah, stop clout chasing. Okay. And then let me see. British tabloids are taking William and Kate to task. Prince William has gone from goody two shoe to lazy layabout. Well, that was that article where they spoke about him skipping the um, Commonwealth service and going skiing with his family. Um, and petulant, arrogant, lazy. Williams' World Cup fail exposes bigger problem. Yeah, remember the World Cup? Petulant, arrogant, lazy. That is just some of the things that they were saying about him. Petulant, arrogant, and lazy. And then one of the squatties has been making these, which I just love them. Prince William, greedy, power hungry, no empathy, faux care for the poor, lazy, narcissist, entitled, jealous of Harry, violent, unpopular. And then as for Kate, there's a few adjectives. Kate Middleton, lazy, gold digger, power hungry, no empathy, racist, faux care for poor, narcissist, entitled, jealous of Meghan, insecure, can't speak properly. Now, see, I think that was going too far to not able to speak properly. That was just going too far. The other stuff, I'm cool, but don't go after that posh accent that she has gone through all those elocution lessons to establish. That posh accent costs a lot of money. Sure, we can't understand her, but it ain't like she got much to say anyway. One, Kata Keening. Oh man. Okay, Prince William's Earthshot Prize thrown into chaos as two judges step down amid legal woes. What? That was in the news today. Shakira and Danny Alves have both stood down as judges for Prince William's Earthshot Prize amid tax fraud investigation and some assault allegations. So Prince William's Earthshot is in chaos as Prince of Pegging continues the family tradition of being associated with tax frauds and abusers. How about that? It is par for the course. Par for the course. They just seem to know the shadiest people. Oh, well. I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why they were making such a big fuss about the Invictus games. But when those two people left the Invictus board, they made a big deal out of it. Maybe they knew this was coming down the pike. What do you think? Maybe that's why they started talking about this. Interesting. Now, I have a soundbite to play for you all. Oh, there it is. Remember how I was saying that I was hoping that there would be more content on TikTok that would really challenge those um, other royals and call them out for their misdeeds and such. Well, right here is one example of how powerful TikTok can be.
Why do people hate Meghan Markle when she's literally a romance novel come to life? She's a normal girl who was just living her everyday life when a prince saw her and was like, I must have her. A rich man wanting me at first sight is literally all I've ever dreamed of. Granted, she is drop dead gorgeous and a movie star, but we can't have everything. We should all be able to see ourselves in her. She's at least heard of a laundromat. You know who's never heard of a laundromat before? And she thinks you are so quaint and adorable for using one. She'd be like, Skylar, you are so poor and it's delightful. Now take the children to the nursery because you work for me, right? Why do people hate Meghan Markle when she's literally a romance novel come to life? She's a normal girl who was just living her everyday life when a prince saw her and was like, I must have her. A rich man wanting me at first sight is literally all I've ever dreamed of. Granted, she is drop dead gorgeous and a movie star, but we can't have everything. We should all be able to see ourselves in her. She's at least heard of a laundromat. You know who's...
So when she says she's at least heard of a laundromat, then pops up Kate's photo. And just like me, she always finds the most interesting photos of Kate.
Never heard of a laundromat before. And she thinks you are so quaint and adorable for using one. She'd be like, Skylar, you are so poor and it's delightful. Now take the children to the nursery.
So yeah, that is what one of the TikTokers said. Her name is Author Sky. What is Skylar Mason? Author Skylar Mason. So if you have TikTok, make sure that you subscribe to her. And I have another soundbite for you. I did not know this interview exists, but I will share it with you. Apparently, Johnny Depp was not so thrilled with the royals. I will demonstrate. Let me play it for you. Love that.
Why do people hate?
Oh, here we go.
Prince Charles and the other one. That one. Came to the premiere of Finding Neverland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and sort of shook his hand, and he was sort of, well, rather. I didn't understand a word he said. And I don't think he understood the word I said. So it wasn't very meaningful, necessarily. And that one seemed nice, actually.
Okay, one more time. Listen carefully.
Prince Charles and the other one. That one. Came to the premiere of Finding Neverland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and sort of shook his hand, and he was sort of, well, rather. I didn't understand a word he said. And I don't think he understood the word I said. So it wasn't very meaningful, necessarily. And that one seemed nice, actually.
Okay, so I hope you were able to hear that clearly. So I wasn't sure that he meant William. So I had to go and dig, and this is what I found. However, the actor seemed to have let down the royal fans by not acknowledging their support. He couldn't care less about the royal fans stood by him, and the old interview shows he has been contemptuous of King Charles. Yeah, he has. Yeah, he has. Blah. Anyway, it says he twice there for some reason. In one of Depp's old interviews, the actor said he had met Charles and jokingly added he couldn't understand the Prince of Wales said when he shook hands. The actor is following only 157 accounts, and it is interesting to note that he does not follow a single Instagram account belonging to the British royals. Not even Prince William and Kate Middleton, who recently rubbed shoulders with Tom Cruise at the London premiere of Top Gun Maverick. So yeah, apparently Charles was the Prince of Wales at the time, and when he said the other one, I do believe that he meant William. Definitely not Kate, and certainly not Camilla. And so actually, it was Graham Norton who said the other one. So there you go. The other one. He chose not to even mention the name. Let's see, on Dr. Ritchie channel, Sharon, who works with Dr. Ritchie, said Princess Meghan was dealing with a bunch of Karens in the UK. She's a squatty, really? Okay. I'm not familiar with her, but thanks for sharing that. Okay. And I think we're just about done. Let me see. A couple more slides. This one right here. Nice compliment for Misan Harriman. One of the squatties said, Misan Harriman is exactly the photographer he think he is. And Misan replied, "Aw, that's kind, thanks." And he is. He is all that. He is the photographer. And he is as great as people think he is. Absolutely. He has a talent. Definitely has a talent. And I think this is the last one. Spotted during my volunteer shift in school library today, one of our new books this year and the only current royal family member biography in our elementary school library. To clear up any confusion, our library does have books on Queen Elizabeth II and other non-currently living royal family members. So yeah, the most recent family member to have made it to the library at this school was the Queen, and then our Duchess. But other than that, there are no other living members of the British royal family that are featured at this library. As well, there shouldn't be. And with that, you guys, I am going to bid you a lovely, lovely good night. Thank you so much. Thank you for your very thoughtful and generous contribution, Sarah Turner. Thank you for being here tonight. And let's see. Thank you, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. Could not do it without you. Also, thank you, everyone, for your comments, your likes, your shares. And do you know that Royal Sussex already has, let me see how many new subscribers. We just crossed over, what was it? Uh-oh, there we go. Glad I noticed that. That would have been a problem. Okay. Oh, what am I doing here? Oh, I know. Okay. Sorry. Let me get back to where I was trying to get to. No, not there. Yes, 469 new subscribers since we crossed 47,000. That was just the other day. So we're like steaming along to 48,000, probably 48,000 by the end of the week. Can you believe that? So all of you that are new to Royal Sussex, thank you so much. And yes, it's true. I am just as confused and discombobulated. I don't even know what that means. From one day to the next. Yeah, there's always something with Royal Sussex, but I would like to think that is one of the endearing qualities of the Royal Sussex. So yeah, it doesn't get any better. This is it. And I do thank you for being here, and thank you for subscribing. If you have not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to Royal Sussex. And and don't forget, New Year's Eve, we are going to be here New Year's Eve for our annual New Year's Eve marathon, where we will reflect on the year prior. Hopefully, we'll be discussing the Sussex Christmas photo. And of course, we'll talk about the old times, the good times, and our hopes for the future. So we're going to start at about 11:30 Eastern Time, which is 10:30 Central Time. And we're going to stay on until the New Year's in California, the Pacific time. So we'll be on what, 3.5 hours, 4.5 hours. So if you're not doing anything for New Year's Eve, join us on Royal Sussex. It is going to be fun and lively as per usual. As a matter of fact, I'm so excited. I'm working on it right now. You know I'm not. You know I ain't doing that. But I'm thinking about it right now. And I'll probably work on it that morning. But again, New Year's Eve, it is going to be fun. Yes, and by Christmas, 50K, right? I hope so. That would be really cool. That would be really, really cool. Yeah, so it has been so much fun doing this channel and watching all of the other content creators' channels grow. I think um, VS Speaks Royally. I think what is it? She's close to, is it 20,000 or 10,000? 20 or 10? Anyway, she has some big milestone coming up. Can't remember the exact number, but that's going to be exciting. And VS works so hard. And one of the reasons why I like to promote the other content creators is because I know how much hard work goes into this. And to see people working so hard and for whatever reason are just not getting enough subscribers, that bothers me. So because it is hard work and it is helping to bring the community together, and it's a safe space on the internet for like-minded supporters of Harry and Meghan. So please do subscribe to those channels and help the community grow. Very important, because the more of us that are speaking about the Sussexes, the more protection they have. It may not be the biggest gesture or the greatest protection, but I tell you, having a praying grandmother on your side is better than any security that you could hire. A praying grandmother, and there's lots of them on the in the Sussex squad. So we need more of them. So that is why it's so important to support these Sussex friendly spaces. Reba Henderson says, Baron, many new squaddies are discovering you and so are the trolls, unfortunately, but we will warn them. Do not try us. Great to see you grow. Absolutely. Do not try us. Audrey Teschner, good morning. Mod Squad and all squad family around the world. Blessed Monday to all. Getting 1,000 subscribers a week. Yes, it seems like it. 1,000 per week, right? So at that rate, 1,000 per week, to get that play button, maybe by this time next year, I'll have that silver play button. I'm so looking forward to that. That is my goal, is to get that silver play button. I think they should change the criteria, because it's a lot of content creators that have 3-4 times as many subscribers, but in terms of watch hours, I mean, I got a lot of those other content creators beat, but they don't go by the watch hours, they go by the amount of subscribers. So nothing I could do about that. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Lydia. Let me see. That praying grandmother has a brick in her handbag. We don't play. Yeah. And Church Nellie has a razor in her shoe, just in case somebody starts something. Yeah, and you know what? I guess Harry had a praying grandmother. It seems like the Queen was trying to make sure that the Sussexes were protected. Um, you know, that was just out of the blue, that whole thing about the Queen and the royal protection, but that was kind of out of the blue. I'm still trying to process that because I think a lot of people have been very disappointed with the Queen, and then there are quite a few people who never expected anything good from the Queen. And however you feel about it, Harry is devoted to his grandmother, and out of respect for Harry, I'm trying to keep an open mind, right? And also, Meghan has said the Queen is all right. So, out of respect for the Duchess of Sussex, um, you have to overlook a lot of things that otherwise would weigh heavy on your heart because of the history of the country, and a lot of bad things happened while the Queen was on the throne. But um, people's personalities are very different depending on the setting that they're in. And of course, some people can compartmentalize their, um, I guess, their personality or the way they react to certain events. So there's occasions when the Queen would be very stoic, like at the weddings, or when she's doing official duty, and then conversationally, it seems like she was good for a laugh. And then, of course, when it comes to her family, that's when the Queen seems like she had quite a few shortcomings. But one of the great things about being a grandmother, and I was told this by someone near and dear to my heart, she said, it's like you have a chance to do it over again. You have a chance to be a better parent as a grandmother. You can be a better parent to your grandchildren than you probably were to your own children. And I never forgot she said that. That was very, very interesting. Well, yeah, someone I worked with years ago told me that now that she has grandkids, that she's so much better than she was with her own kids. And by the way, she was a Scorpio too, those poor kids. I remember one time I was in a room with two other Scorpios, and I'm just like, this is so weird. Shouldn't we be trying to kill each other right now? Nothing makes me more nervous than being in a room full of Scorpios. Very scary. Let's see. The Queen gave Harry that letter when he snuck into the palace. She was pissed by what Charles did and went around him to show Harry that she was not part of Charles and William's madness. Reba Henderson. Reba Henderson, are you trying to make me fall in love with you? That is brilliant. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. I did not think about that. But it does seem to make sense that after that meeting with the Queen, that perhaps she had some things that she wanted to share with Harry so that he would know, hey, I'm here. I got the fly, the bee, and the wasp looking down my neck. They're listening to my phone calls, but I just want you to know that I had nothing to do with it. That is brilliant. I didn't think about that. You see, this is the strength, the value of the Sussex squad, is that there's so many things, even talking about this stuff day after day after day. Look at how much I would have missed had Reba Henderson not said that. That is what makes the Sussex Squad so valuable, because it's a lot of ordinary people that can think of some extraordinary things. And that is brilliant. Wow. I'm just like reeling from that one. Faith Miller says the exchange between Prince Charles and himself, the then Duchess of Cornwall, seemed kind. However, Depp referred to Camilla as the other one and that one and never said her name during the interview. Oh, was it Camilla? Okay. I don't know why I thought it was a male that he was speaking of, but that would make sense that it would be. Well, then again, maybe. I mean, I thought that he was talking about a dude, and well, as I've said so many times, she does bear a striking resemblance to Ernest Borgnine. So maybe he thought it was Charles and Ernest Borgnine. Yeah, that's it. So when they said the other one, maybe Johnny Depp thought that Camilla was the late actor Ernest Borgnine. Huh? Maybe. No, I'm just being silly. Any excuse that I have where I can compare the Queen Consort to the late actor Ernest Borgnine, I call that a good day. Anytime I can make that reference, that is a good day for me. That makes the day special. A reference to Camilla's a resemblance to the late actor Ernest Borgnine. I call that a very successful day. Oh man. There we go. See what I mean? So maybe he mistook her for. Oh, by the way, Faith Miller, thank you so much for your comment and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Leg says the Invictus, he said he worried who was around. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. At the Hague, when he spoke to Hoda, he said that he was worried about who was around the Queen and he wanted to make sure that the right people were around her. And people took that as Harry sending a warning. That was like an advance warning that I have my eye on you all. Thank you, Legs, for that reminder. Thank you. Yes. Just a chip off the old Borgnine. Yep, I see the resemblance. And the other one. Okay. I don't know why I thought it was William, but I think you're right. It had to have been Gladys. No doubt he was speaking of Gladys. Oh, you think so? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that with the wild hair and everything. Let me see. My successful day is anytime I see Camilla near a stable. Oh, I watched the weirdest movie on Netflix. I watched that movie with Julia Roberts. Gosh, what is the name of that movie? Everybody's talking about it. I can't remember the name of it, but that was good. It was like an apocalyptic end of the world type of thing. That's my kind of movie. What Wait, is there a new season of Bridgerton out? Oh no, this is the old. Okay. I still haven't watched Charlotte yet. Wait, Emily in Paris. There's not a new season, is it? No, I've watched that one before too. I did finish The Gilded Age. I loved it. I love The Gilded Age. They spoke about it on Celibacy. Gosh, what is the name of that movie? It's with Julia Roberts. Oh, that looks good. Night Agent. Anything about the White House and espionage. I love that. I'm really going to have to get caught up on Netflix. You know, I've had my Netflix account probably since 2010, 2011. Every month they could depend on a payment from me. Oh, Leave the World Behind. That's the name of it. Leave the World Behind. Okay, that is the name of it. Julia Roberts, Mahershala Ali, Ethan Hawke, and some more people. Ooh, that was a good movie. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Scary too. Leave the World Behind. It's on Netflix. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Thank you so much, Hannah in Florida. Thank you very much. Lisette says, Baron, I always imagine Harry and Meghan listening to Royal Sussex every day. Oh, that's scary. And they are enjoying it for sure. After all, Thomas Markle Jr. said that Meghan is behind all this, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Yeah. Let me see. Good ending. Yes, yes. Conspiracy theorists believe is telling because it takes place in 2025. Yes, 2025. And you know what? There was like one thing in the movie that I didn't see until I watched the review of it. And I'm just like, oh, I looked at it, but I didn't see that part of it. So, and I think it was produced by the Obamas. Hello, official Lauren Brown. Happy Monday to you too. Yeah. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to mention anything. And the rest of you guys don't spoil the movie. Don't spoil it. I don't want to say anything that will take the what do you call it? The very dramatic scenes. I don't want to destroy not one of them. But yeah, I saw like a preview and I'm like, oh yeah, that's me right there. Gotta watch that. Gotta watch that. Yeah, it seemed like something I would like. Oh, you know what? I just noticed I wasn't thinking about my neck and shoulder pain. It seemed like it's mostly gone away. You know, I got one of those heating pads that goes around your neck like a cape, one of those cape heating pads. I'm gonna put that on tonight. Yeah, it's got like a high collar on it, and it's got a connection in the front that's like magnets. I'm gonna put that over that shoulder, and maybe that'll help. Maybe that'll hold me until I can get those cortisone shots I want. Oh my God. I took those cortisone shots, and the very next day, I could feel no pain, none. My head was bobbing like I Dream a Genie, and it didn't do anything. No pain at all. Do you? Yeah, I mean, I'm up for Endgame anytime. I loved Endgame. Yeah, I know. I know. I just had that surge of guilt as I was looking at the Netflix, and I saw that. I was just like, uh. Every time I see Suits, I get a surge of guilt. Oh yeah, I love that heating pad. Love my, and I got some muscle ache cream around here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but I have some like medicated muscle ache cream, which is pretty good. Never can find it when I need it. Uh, Jenny Rock Bailey, yes, the Meghan haters, they are a sick lot. They really are. Oh well, Lauren Brown, you know, as a squatty, I feel obliged to consume anything that's related to the Sussexes. I mean, because I want to be very credible when I speak about the Sussexes. And when I first started Royal Sussex, I just thought I would come on and say a couple of little funny things and all that kind of stuff. And then I was done for the day. Um, I promise you, not in a physical way, but in every other way. I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my life. I don't think I've ever worked so hard in my life um, without leaving the house. Work hard. I did not. I've done more reading since starting Royal Sussex than ever. Um, I've had like some jobs where I had to do a lot of reading, but on a daily basis, this is the most. And it's enjoyable because anytime I'm genuinely interested in the material, it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything extra. But I realize it is though. And so um yeah, anytime there's something about the Sussexes, like I don't know how anybody could have not um gotten through the spare, but yet there were some people that were commenting about it and didn't even read the book, and I'm just like, spare? You haven't done spare yet? That would drive me crazy. And I could not get through spare quick enough because I didn't want to like get lost in the conversation. So when there's a new book that comes out that I feel like I'm obliged to consume, then I got to get through that book because it's all a matter of credibility. Hannah in Florida, thank you very much for that. Oh, thank you, Lauren Brown. I don't feel like I'm doing anything extra. I feel like I'm doing what I should and what I have to. Um, because it wouldn't be fair to the Sussex squad. It wouldn't be fair to anyone that watches Royal Sussex. It wouldn't be fair if I just tried to wing it. So whenever I can, I try to make sure that I'm um, up to date with whatever it is. Oh, Jessica Foreman. Oh, that's fun. Let me see. My son Action Jackson woke me up. I was pleasantly surprised that Baron was on. Ah, that is so nice to hear. Thank you. But yeah, any place I've ever worked, I make it a point that I would never ask someone to do something I wasn't willing to do myself. And because like Megan always says, I wasn't expecting it to be easy, but I was at least expecting it to be fair. And I do like to be fair. Oh, thank you, Lauren Brown. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Acelia Ohashi said, oh, it's a super sticker. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Okay. Yeah, it's fun. It is really fun. The problem solving is like one of my favorite things. Is to look at something and say, oh, like I'll show you something that I learned to do. Let me see. Is it this one? Nope. 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 Let me see. It was definitely from today. Nope. Not that one. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll show you. This is so cool. And I just kind of taught myself how to do it. Though both the setting and the body language were much more relaxed. In the Wales family picture. Now, I want you to see how it looks like the camera is panning, but that's actually, oh gosh, I don't even know what to call it, but it looks like the camera is panning over the photo. And really, when you do stuff like this on your computer or on your phone, I mean, essentially, you're doing some of the same stuff that they do at a television studio, right? I mean, not nearly as sophisticated, but still, I mean, check it out. It's going to look like the camera is panning. Released on Sunday, William is smiling like you owe him money. Kate looks quite showbiz and sassy, like she might have a shot at her own show if she could just sort out a more believable ensemble. George, self-possessed, does not smile while Louis has unwilling participant at the orthodontist energy. Charlotte, however, has smile enough for the whole lot of them. It sure as hell doesn't look festive, with the banker E rather ominous monochrome. The insistent visual reference point is the Addams family. And now, I wouldn't know how to explain what that is or even how I figured it out, but without any instructions, I just kind of dummied it up one day. And I was like, wow, that's cool, you know? So getting a chance to do something like that and to make it work and to sort out stuff that you didn't even know was possible, that is always fun for me. Hannah in Florida, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you so much for being here tonight or this morning on Royal Sussex. But yeah, that was one of the fun things. So I'm using some very primitive software to edit videos. I'm not using anything sophisticated. And I don't think I've ever done any type of green screen. Oh, yes, I did. I take that back. I did do a green screen. I did. I'll show you the green screen. And that's another one that I just kind of figured it out one day. So the plane looks like it's moving, but the plane is not moving. That's a green screen with the sky in the back. I actually recorded that on the plane one day. And so I layered the photo on top of the sky, and it looks like there's a plane flying next to the other plane recording, but it's actually just a, a, a video that I made on a plane one day. Isn't that fun? Now tell me, who couldn't enjoy something like that? That was fun. So, yeah, I'm just using iMovie. Just that simple. There's a lot of little tricks that you can do with the iMovie. I'm using the very basic software. And that's only because I don't feel like doing the other one, like the Photoshop and stuff like that. I rarely do anything but iMovie and iPhoto. Um, I mean, it would be better, but learning a new software, that is like taking a college course. It's a lot of work. And maybe in the future I will, but for now, I'm going to rock that iMovie and iPhoto. Well, that was the result of spending hours and hours and hours. And for the longest time, I could not figure out the iMovie. I was like, it's so cryptic, right? But then one day I was fooling around with my phone, which of course is an iPhone, and I figured out how to edit movies on the iMovie that's on the phone. And here I was sitting up there with my old computer. When I bought it new, it was about $2,400. I'm sitting up here with a $2,400 computer and barely using it. So that's why the other day, when that $2,400 computer stopped working, I didn't feel bad because I was just happy that I actually got some use out of it. It'd be a shame to have that much technology and do nothing with it. So I'm rather proud of the fact that I seem to have destroyed that computer. Now I'm working on this one. And I wouldn't have such a problems with the computer, but I need to learn how to use the storage. I'm not good with the storage. So that is something I need to get comfortable with, is using all of the storage. Pretty much I put everything in the cloud and that's where it stays. Oh, orange is one of my favorite colors, Lauren Brown. Orange is one of my favorite colors. It is a great power color. It's so close to gold, actually. It don't even seem like it, but it's very close to gold. Yellow, of course, is closer, but sometimes there's orange that has such a golden tone to it, especially if there's like a metallic paint. You get a lot of gold out of the orange, but yeah, I love orange. Makes me feel warm and happy and healthy. As if I had to put an emotion, attach an emotion to a color, orange always makes me feel happy and healthy. Oh, cool. Very cool. Ah, nice to have that in common. Glad to know that. Yeah, I usually go for blue, but I have to say, um, I'm getting more courage with the orange. Like, for instance, my wish list, one of the squatties actually blessed me with some orange curtains. And when I put those on the wish list, I was just like, I wonder if people are going to think I'm kind of strange, but orange is like an impact color for me. So um, love having orange around the house. So I do have some orange curtains, and I still need to put them up. I got to iron those creases out of them. I have some now, but they're not long enough. So now I got some that are the proper length, and I will use the others someplace else. But so cool. So cool. It just makes the whole room feel warmer. There's a certain warmth to it. It's amazing because some orange tones can be very bright and makes you want to celebrate. And then sometimes orange can be very warm and cozy and comfortable. That is incredible. It really suits the mood. Right? That's right. It smells and tastes great too. Let me see here. Oh, Kathy A, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for being here and being a member of Royal Sussex. Very cool. I did not know that. Maybe that's what I've been getting from it all this time and just didn't notice it. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I think around the I think it was early 2000. That is when I first got into the orange. And then also, of course, growing up at the time that I did, back in the 70s, orange was very popular back in the 70s. So it always reminds me of childhood because I remember that gigantic orange. I think we had a big giant orange ashtray. Um, yeah, there was a lot of orange back in the 70s. Orange and brown and that olive green. Love olive green. Yeah, there was a lot of that back in the 70s. And sometimes I love to go to like a resale shop. And it seems like every resale shop, they always have that. What is it when there's six sides? They have those tables that have like the little end table um, with those very kind of Baroque, Rococo looking brass handles or knobs on it. And yeah, back in the 70s, they had this fusion of Rococo and Baroque furniture. Some of it was kind of in Italian style. A lot of it was very like over the top, but I love that furniture. I love that furniture and those big gigantic uh, table lamps. Oh yeah, love that stuff. Love that stuff. I would love to kit out the entire house 70s style. Yes, the House of Orange. The House of Orange. That's right, the Netherlands, the House of Orange. And one of the hottest royals that ever lived, one of the hottest royals that ever lived was William of Orange. Let me see. Okay. If there's anybody who could have played William of Orange, it would have had to have been, oh gosh, what's his name? Jude Law. Yeah, he was very Jude Law back in the day. William of Orange. Let me see. Okay. Huh? William of Orange? I think, did they call him William the Silent? Was that his nickname, William the Silent? But anyway, that is King William of Orange. He is rocking that armor. He is rocking that armor. That was definitely the 70s. Plus was the glass table and smoke color chairs. I'm telling you, they had some rather opulent and somewhat disturbingly heavy over the top furniture back in the 70s. When I look at like the Rockford Files and some of those like other sitcoms from the 70s, sometimes I can enjoy a movie from the 70s because I'm all about the furniture. I'm all about the cars and all about everything, the clothes. It's like, okay, you see something from the 40s. Well, I didn't live through the 40s, but it's interesting to see what people were wearing and what they were doing and using the rotary phone and such. And then by the 70s, it's like, okay, I remember that stuff. Even the 60s, I remember that stuff. So um it's fascinating to look back at some of those old things and especially like, oh, we had one of those chairs in my house. Oh, we had that. I remember that. I remember when the slimline phone first came out. And what about the phone tables? I went to this hotel one day and they had one of those old fashioned vinyl covered phone tables. Um, ours was like a forest green. It was a dark green color. But this one that I saw at this hotel where everything is all vintage pieces, they actually had one that was tan in color. And the seat of the phone chair lifts up and you could store things in it. There's a pocket on one side of the seat where you put the phone books. And then there's a little table on the side where you sit the phone. Because back in those days, you didn't just sit on the phone all day and all night. You would go to like the vestibule or the entrance hallway of the building. I'm not building, but your home. That is where the phone table would be. And so if there was a phone call, you could easily yell upstairs, telephone, or you can call into the parlor, telephone. And if you had two phones, of course, there would be another one in the kitchen. But usually most people just had that one phone and it was in the entrance hall next to the grand staircase. Yes, Carmen. Yes, those tables with a place for the phone books. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I saw it and I got all excited. I told the lady at the front desk, I said, "You know what that is?" And she was like, "No." She says, "Just a chair, right?" I said, "No, it's not just a chair." I said, "That's an old-fashioned phone table, a phone chair table, whatever." But yeah, she had never heard of it before. She was young. But when I saw it, it just took me way back. I'm like, oh, hexagon. Is that it? It's the hexagon. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, those are cool. I don't know whatever happened to that thing, but I just remember that we had one. And I remember you could take the seat out because otherwise it just looked like a solid, didn't have legs. This one had what had a it was like you're sitting on a box and you could lift the seat up and there was storage in there. I believe we got that from my grandmother's house when she died. I think that's where we got it from, but I know it was old. Oh, you think so? He looks mixed race? Huh. Well, that's a possibility, of course. Let me see here. Old-fashioned phone table. That sounds like something that they sell at Essie. I'm looking at some online right now. Um, I don't see the one we had though. And because it was vinyl, it probably was not um as old as the ones I'm looking at here. Yeah, because I don't remember any there was like no wood showing. Everything was covered with vinyl. Green vinyl. Yeah, but I'm that person now. When I see something that reminds me of my youth, I get excited. I'm like, "Oh, I haven't seen that in years." And of course, the step table, those end tables, remember the step tables? Oh, oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, that's it. I'm going to show you guys. That's it. I see it. Although I think this, I don't, well, I'm going to show you what I see here. Uh, 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 uh. How much is this thing? $250 at Essie. Ah, there's a little storage, just like I remember. Okay, I'm going to show you all. I love it. I love it. I feel so young. I am in my youth. I have traveled back in time. I feel like I just jumped inside of an old Hudson and I'm headed to the Piggly Wiggly. Hulk, Hulk, take me to the Piggly Wiggly. Hulk. As Daisy Worthen would say, Hulk, take me to the Piggly Wiggly. All right, all right. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Let me grab the photos. There's one. Now I got to grab another one. Okay, there's one. Oh, you know what? I'm doing this the wrong way. Okay, let me show you this one first. So there's the storage. Remember I said there was storage beneath? And then I'm going to show you without the storage. Okay, I don't remember that ours was not this bright green like this, but there you go. So that's how it looked. And then you lift up the top for the storage. Wonder if I could zoom in and see that label. I wonder who made that. Let me see if I can zoom in and see that label. Now that just triggered a song. Libby, Libby, Libby on the label, label, label. You will like it, like it, like it on your table, table, table. Nope, it's all blurry. Cannot see it. But yeah, that's it. That's the old-fashioned phone table that we had. And that would be like right at the entrance by the front door. And that way, when a psychopath comes to your front door and they say, "Excuse me, I'm out of gasoline. Do you mind if I make a phone call?" Yeah, but can you leave that chainsaw outside? Sure. Yeah, so when you invite a stranger into your home to make a phone call, they didn't have to go all the way through the house. They could sit right there at the front door, right? While you run to the kitchen and hide the knives. uh, let's see. Still works for so many other kinds of seating, like holding throw blankets in the base and reading books in a cubby and a drink on the top. Oh, yep, yep, exactly. Exactly. Really? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Most of the ones that they have are like just a regular piece of furniture, wood, maybe like a bamboo back or something like that, or like woven, or even a cushion seat and back. This one was like a very basic model. Yep. And you can see a butt print in this, so you can tell somebody has really used it. Because, but not very good for your back. If you look at it, it doesn't have any lumbar support. But again, back in those days, you wouldn't spend a lot of time on the phone. I remember, like growing up, my grandparents, they thought if you just pick up the phone, that there was a charge. You knock over the phone, they thought that was a charge. Let's see. Parent, our phone table was brown wood. It looked like a small child desk with the attached chair turned to the side and a basket for the phone book underneath. Yeah, if you go and Google the phone tables, I'm pretty sure you will find an identical model. There's a bunch of them I saw. There's a bunch of them. Wow, the suitcase turntable with Bluetooth. Obviously, that's not vintage. It looks very cool, though. It looks like a big hat box. It's rounded. It looks like a hat box. Those were the days, and you knew where you had been. Goyles were goyles and men were men. Mister, we can use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Oh, wow. I'm looking at one now, It looks like the seat of it is a tapestry. It just, you know what? It looks like a dining room chair. And then it has an extension to one side that has the phone. It has a glass dish for your wallet. It looks like, okay, this one is staged with a wallet. Yeah, it's a rectangular dish. There's a wallet, a watch, and some change. And then underneath, there's an iPad, but they have a black rotary phone on top. Let me see how much this costs. It's on Etsy, and I don't see a price. Yeah, Etsy got some fun stuff. Etsy has a lot of fun stuff. Now, mind you, I wouldn't want that junk in my house for anything, but it is fun to look at. It is fun to look at. Yeah, some of it is it's like what a load of crap. But it's fun. There was this one resale shop, and I promise you, if you were a filmmaker and you needed props, this would be the place to go. And I spent hours in there one day just going from room to room, from one space to the other, and literally just walked back in time. And I didn't need anything, but I felt like, you know, for the privilege of being able to do that, I had to buy something, and I don't even remember what I bought, but I just enjoyed walking through and looking at everything. That is a fun time for me. Okay, you guys, we are at 2.5 hours. I think I am going to call it. Thank you so much for taking this trip down memory lane. I have so much S&H green stamps. I remember those. I remember the S&H green stamps. You know, I used some grocery store stamps a few years ago, and I managed to get this really nice stainless steel saucepan. And I uh, was like looking at all the stuff, trying to figure out what can I get, which one do I want. And one of the customers said, you know, I have some stamps if you want them. You can have them. So I ended up getting this nice stainless steel roasting pan because this lady in the grocery store was nice enough to give me her stamps. That was so cool. So I got this really nice, I think is it Cuisinart? I don't know who makes it, but it was a nice quality piece. And if it wasn't for the kindness of a stranger, I would have only walked away with a saucepan. I was all excited. It's like, really? I just need a few more. Yeah, you could have them. That was cool. Okay. Still here doing schoolwork. Hey, Desiree Dotson. All right. Well, with that, I am going to say goodnight, you all. And of course, as per usual, we will end with our queens, our Queen Doria and Flower, and of course, good King Harry and the People's Princess. And our last word for today is night, Baron. Thank you, Bunny Rose. All right, that's it. And we are done. So, let's see here. All right, so thank you, Kathy A, Hannah in Florida, Acelia Ohashi, and Legs, Audrey Teschner, and Sarah Turner. And thank you, mystery person that sent me those. Oh, by the way, I went and looked at the box. Okay, the first one I had was the golden rum cake. Then I had the chocolate, but there's a pineapple, key lime. I don't know what the other two flavors are, but there was 6 mini rum cakes. Chocolate, golden, key lime, pineapple. I don't know what the other two are. But yeah, there's 6 of them. And I'm like, oh boy, I was going to give at least one of them away. But now that I know that they're different flavors, and because of the rum, they are going to keep for a long time, now I don't feel a rush to, part with one of them. I'm going to save them all for myself. That is going to be my weekly project. Oh, yes, rum cake. Love it. Oh, see, Rachel Mara, thank you so much. Your rewatch, very cool. Very, very cool. I like those little walks down memory lane. A lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed it too. Remember, we will be here on New Year's Eve. So if you're not doing anything, and for those of you that live in the Eastern Hemisphere, let's see. I guess when you wake up New Year's Day, we'll be here. And we'll talk about everything Sussex for the year. And there is so much to cover. I really should start working on it now, but I'm probably not going to do it. But I really should. But it wouldn't be me if I did it on time. But I really should. But I like to leave certain things to chance. Terry Allen says, Baron, you need to be careful with the cortisone shots. Although it is awesome in helping with pain, I've been told by a neighbor who is a nurse that it destroys the bone. Oh, well, if that's where the pain comes from, I could live without that bone. Oh, no, I never heard that before. Okay. But I tell you what, miraculously, like I said a little while ago, I don't feel it right now. It seems like it has gone away. I'm rolling my head around. I can hear the usual cracking noise of the vertebrae, but I don't feel that pain. Let me turn my head right, left, right, left. Raise my arms up and down. I hear a lot of bones popping, but that stiffness is kind of gone for now. We'll see in the morning, though. Still going to put that heating pad on it. Okay. Love you guys. I will see you all tomorrow. And remember what our Duchess said, no bad energy. Okay, one more time. I love it too. One more time. Dun 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 dun. I'm telling you that I could be in the worst mood, and then I watch that, and it just lifts everything. Love the ending. Oh, I tell you, what a virgin, a young, handsome virgin. Once upon a time. How long ago is unclear, but once upon a time, how virtuous, that is also unclear. But it was a long, 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 long time ago. Once upon a time.